Hey everyone, this is Unlock24, and today we're going to be doing a quick review of the Tornado of Phantoms mini box that was announced. I believe it was yesterday. I wasn't really going to do much of a review because I don't think it really needs it. There's a ton of reviews out there, but for some reason you guys want to go ahead and see, or I guess hear my opinion on what the what this particular box brings. Tornado of Phantoms. It is a mini box, so I'm not sure if they're gonna do the 80 or I think it was 50 before and then 70. Anyway, they've just been increasing the numbers. So for this particular box, let's see how many ultra rares are gonna be. All right, so it's gonna be 3 ultra rares. So I'm guessing it is gonna be 80. Does it say on here? No, it doesn't say on here. So let's go ahead and go down to the actual list. So for the first ultra rare, it's gonna be the Elemental Hero Great Tornado. One elemental hero monster plus 1 wind monster must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card is fusion summoned, have the attack and defense of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. I guess it's an overall decent card. I wouldn't say it's game-breaking or anything like that. It's a welcome addition to the elemental hero deck, but other than that, it's just a decent card. Is it worth it? Maybe spending $50 on it? I don't think so. Mecha Phantom Beast Tetherwolf. I think this is one of the main cards in the Mecha Phantom Beast thing, or archetype. What it does is when this card is normal summon, special summon 1 Mecha Phantom Beast token. Machine type win, level 3, attack 0, defense 0. This card level is increased by the total level of all Mecha Phantom Beast tokens you control. While you control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. During the damage step of either player's turn, if this card battles an opponent monster, you contribute 1 token once per battle. This card gains 800 attack until the end of this turn. So again, it is one of the main cards in the Mecha Phantom Beast archetype. It does get to a decent attack with the whenever you tribute a token. However, I think the whole archetype kind of gets nerfed in dueling because you only get 3 monster spaces, and you're not going to be able to do much of anything with just the 3 monster spaces. I think you do need at least 1 more, or maybe even the full 5 spaces, so the Mecha Phantom Beast can turn into something decent. I don't think it's going to do that much in Duel Links. We just have to wait and see. Again, it's a decent attacker. Once they do get, or once we do get Exceed monsters, and it will be a little bit better. But for now, I don't know. I think I'm gonna hold on trying to get a copy of it, because again, we don't have the space for it. The next ultra rare, Pilka, Descendant of Gusto. It's a psychic level 3. When this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 wind tuner monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target 1 in face-up defense position. Its effect turn negated. If you activate this effect, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except wind monsters. You can only use this effect of Pilka, Descendant of Gusto once per turn. This is basically giving you a free synchro monster, basically a free wind synchro monster. So I get it why it's an ultra rare. I don't know if it's gonna be any good. I can see it as maybe a decent beat stick or a quick synchro. We'll just have to wait and see how this one does. It does have some potential, but I don't know to what extent. So we'll just have to wait and see what people do with it. I can see some decent combos with maybe the tricky, use the tricky special summon it, ditch any random level 3 tuner. What is it? It has to be a win, right? So ditch a win level 3 tuner and then summon this, and then you could have OTK on board with that. So we just have to wait and see if there's another way to basically abuse this card. But for now, I think it's a good card, or at least a decent card. Stardust Assault Warrior Synchro. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner monster. When this card is synchro summoned while you control no other monsters, you can target 1 junk monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. You can only use this effect of Stardust Assault Warrior once per turn. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Alright. I guess it's a decent synchro. It's a 6-star, which I guess it's decent also. It is wind, so you might be able to use the ultra rare out of this box to synchro into. Other than that, it's piercing. The attack is just okay for a level 6. It's at 2100. There's several 2200 attack, just normal monsters out there, or level 4 monsters. So I guess the added piercing effect is decent. I think the what you're gonna be using this for is to get the junk synchron out of the graveyard. So maybe I'll try, if I do put, open any packs, I might try to do maybe a junk synchron version, or turbo version of a Stardust Assault Warrior deck with the Descendant of Gusto. Let me just make sure you can target one wind tuner. Yeah, so you can target the Junk Warrior. I think Junk Warrior is wind, right? I think so. And then another one, Mist Wurm. Again, this is a generic level 9. 1 tuner plus 2 or more non-tuner monsters. If this card is synchro summon, target up to 3 cards your opponent controls, return those targets to the hand. This guy actually, it was used a lot in the TCG, and it tutors a lot of OTKs. In Duel Links, I think it's gonna be decent. If you do manage to bring it out, you should be winning that turn, because 3 cards in Duel Links is a lot. That's 2 back rows and a monster, or 3 back rows, and then you can just freely attack. So Mistworm, it's a good card. I would like to have maybe at least 1 copy of it. Alright, Psychic Nightmare. I don't remember seeing this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 6. It's another wind. 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuner psychic type monster. So this is locked down to the psychic cards type. Once per turn during your main phase, you can pick 1 random card in your opponent's hand and call what type of card it is, monster, spell, or trap. If you call it right, this card gains 1000 attack into your opponent's end phase. So you're not really going to be trying to hit the actual card. I mean, if you do, that's a plus. Mainly it's just to get info out of your opponent's hand. Kind of like a free peek at their hand and see what they're playing. Especially if it's the first couple of turns, getting a ton of information, it's a really good thing, and most of the time it will lead you to a victory. And then a Fusion Rainbow Overdragon. I think this was the one of the cards that was out of the. I think we saw it in the new tag duels. Let's see. This card is always treated as an Ultimate Crystal card. Must be either Fusion Summon or Special Summon by attributing 1 level 10 Ultimate Crystal monster, on which case you do not use Polymerization. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Crystal Beast monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the banished monster to the end of this turn. Quick effects: you contribute this Fusion Summon card, shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. There's a way to cheat the summoning conditions that we don't have it yet. So once we do, I think it's gonna be somewhat decent with the skill that the character uses. I can't remember his name, but overall it's decent. Again, another Mecha Phantom Beast, Blue Impala. Here's another key card to the Mecha Phantom Beast. Overall, it's gonna be a decent card. Gusto Eagle, I guess. The kind of make it played as an eagle and as a seagull. So it's a level 1 tuner wind. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower non-tuner Gusto monster from your deck. Alright, so that's actually a decent effect. You can do a lot of things with the whole Gusto archetype, so that's actually a good card, I think. Well, in my opinion, it's a good card. Mist Valley Soldier, level 4, Wing Beast tuner effect. While you control this face-up card, any opponent's monster that battles this card, but it's I lost my train of thought. While you control this face-up card, any opponent's monster that battles this card, but is not destroyed by battle, returns to the owner's hand at the end of the damage step. I guess it can break locks, kind of like Marshmallow and well, as a Spirit Reaper or whatever the other one that can be destroyed. We don't have him in Duel Links yet, but I guess there's an out to it. And it has a solid, I guess, for at least a decent attack at 1700. Alright, Hushed Psychic Cleric. If this card is normal or flip summoned, change it to defense position. Once per turn, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 psychic type monster in your graveyard. Banish that target. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target 1 monster banished by this card's effect, special summon that target. Overall, it's a decent effect. You're gonna be using this card mainly for the defense. The defense is actually it's a really good defense. It's a 2100. I think it's, I don't know if you always see any play. was gonna see some play, maybe run in once in a like a psychic deck, but other than that, it's really not gonna do much of anything else. Alright, Mana Dragon. That was a Signatron. Alright, so Dragon effect. If a spell or trap you control leaves the field because of an opponent's effect and is now in the graveyard or banished except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If it was there when that spell or trap card left or hand, even if not. When you can set, then you can set one spell or trap that is banished in your graveyard to your spell or trap card zone. You can only use this effect of Mana Dragon's Summon once per turn. If summoned this way, banish this card when it leaves the field. It's doing a lot. So basically, it has like a what's that other card that does the exact same thing? I can't remember off the top of my head. But overall, it's a decent effect, I guess. Overall, I don't know if it'll see much gameplay. Maybe you can tutor a deck around it and maybe make it somewhat successful. And then you can also maybe run like a different dimension reincarnation and bring it back from after it's been removed. But unless it's in its own little deck, I don't think it's going to do much of anything. Trapstone. This is actually a really good card. It's actually a competitive card. It's a super rare, which I guess it kind of restricts the numbers of Trapstones that you're going to be using. This card was used a lot in Gladiator Beasts, but I think we're going to be seeing a lot of it in Duel Links also. Negate all other trap card effects on the field this turn. So before you go into your OTK or once you're going for that final attack, you'll go ahead and do Trapstone and you basically win the game. You can also run this in Gladiator Beast, which we do have, and I think this is going to bring a Gladiator Beast into another tier up. Because it is a really good stun card. So I do think that we are going to be seeing a lot of people play this card. Since we don't have Royal Decree, and you don't want to permanently negate all your trap cards either, since Gladiator Beast run a ton of trap cards. You just want to negate them for that one turn when you're attacking and when you want to tag out. Mecha Phantom Beast, Kankaruda, 1/2 1 1/2 monster. This is a decent synchro, I guess. Mecha Phantom Beast, Juku Luzlan. I'm not sure how you say that. Another decent synchro that goes to Gildos, same. Mistbird Clausolas. This actually it was used a lot in TCG. I guess we'll have an option to go into a 3-star synchro in Duel Links, which I guess is nice. It's always good to have a lot of options, and it has a decent defense at 2300. Mecha Phantom Beast Stealth Ray, alright, so decent. That one you don't use as much. Gusto Gildo, Window. Most of the Window cards are really never used. Salvage Warrior, and everything else is basically, as far as I know, basically junk. Actually, this card is decent. I hadn't seen that this card was in here. Symphonic Warrior Basis, or Basis, however you want to say it. If you don't know what it does, it's a level 1 tuner. Once per turn, you can select one face-up Symphonic Warrior monster on the field. Increase its level by the number of cards in your hand. This increase lasts into the end phase. You can remove from play this card from your graveyard to select one face-up Symphonic Warrior monster you control. It increases its level by the number of cards in your hand. This increase lasts to the end of to the end phase. So somewhat of level manipulation with a Symphonic archetype. So it's a decent card. I do remember seeing it in TCG, and I do remember that some people were playing it. 1000 Energy. Let's see. Triangle Power. Mimic Clay. Counter Gem. Okay. Crystal Pair. Major Eye. Gusto Colors. All Flip. Human Wave Tactics. Contact with Gusto. And Mecha Phantom Beast Arrows Gun. Alright, so basically, should you buy this box? I'm gonna say maybe a couple of packs, because the only really good card in here is the is the Trap Stun, and you do want to run 2 or 3 copies of it. So if you're making like an OTK based deck or Gladiator Beast or something that's gonna require you to lock the back row, I think Trap Stun is gonna be. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be meta defining, but it will have an effect in the current meta, since it will negate the back row, and since people are still running a lot of the Amazon decks and some of the I guess the annoying decks that run a ton of back row, this is gonna be a good card. I think it's not the only card that's good out of the deck. It's in my opinion, it's Trap Stun, Mist Wurm, just get a single copy of it. And what was the other one? Oh, and the level 3 Clausolas, yeah, this guy. That's basically all you need from this particular box. Everything else is either too archetype specific or basically junk. As long as you get a couple copies of the Trap Stun, it's gonna be good. Hey, 1 copy of Mist Wurm. You don't need any more than 1 copy. Just the 1 copy. If you're into Crystal Beast or Mecha Phantom Beast, then I guess this is the box for you. I myself, I played Mecha Phantom Beast for a bit. I never really competitive, but that was whenever we had Exceeds, and whenever we have Exceeds, I think it gets a little bit better, but not much better. There's a ton of other things that are way better than that. I guess if you play Heroes, I guess that's a decent card. But overall, Trap Stun, Mist Wurm, and the Mistbird Clausolas, it would be my picks with this particular box. Everything else is it's just decent or okay or too archetype specific. I would try to pull a couple of Trap Stuns, but other than that, I really don't care for much of the rest of the box. It's just a meh box, I guess. So that's my opinion. If you have any questions, or if you do think differently than I do, or if you think there's a better card in here that I missed, or maybe that I don't know its potential, do let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you are enjoying my content, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.